Blake Griffin, and that's it. I would take Griffin number 2.
And then James Harden would fall to number 3.
DeMar DeRozan, James Harden be 3, and then DeMar DeRozan would be 4 for me.
What if you were to redraft? Did he hang up?
That's why I'm trying to look at this here. You still there, right, John?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What? Who you would retake?
I mean, I'm just looking at this here. DeMar Carroll was drafted 27. Tosh gave him 26. Yeah, this draft here
was terrible.
What? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty solid.
Draft, Brandon Jennings.
Yeah, a solid draft. Brandon
DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah. Hadn't heard from Terrence Williams in a
Gerald
while.
Henderson.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Steph Curry is.
He's a terrific off-balance shooter.
Boy, you got to be kicking yourself if you're the Timberwolves. You had not once, but twice.
No, hold on. Would you took Blake Griffin over Steph Curry?
Hindsight being what it is,
I still would probably take Blake Griffin, honestly, if I was the Clippers.
Yeah.
Would you take
Hasheem
Tibet?
Dr. Jack Ramsey said that. Unfortunately, it bit him in the ass twice. It bit him in the ass with Sam Bowie, and it bit him in the ass with Greg Oden.
Yeah.
You can't teach size.
No, you can't.
You can't teach size. I mean, he was a monster.
Imagine.
But, I mean, Hasheem Thabit. This is the only guy that Manute Ball says needs to gain weight. Like,
imagine if you would have flip-flopped Steph Curry and James Harden.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it would have worked.
Oklahoma City would have took Steph Curry.
I don't think it would have worked for Steph Curry, unfortunately. Steph Curry fell in the perfect situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think it works for Steph Curry if he goes to. I mean, Oklahoma City is what it is, but they're never going to be anything. Unfortunately, they had their moment in the sun, but I don't see them ever being back to.
I don't either.
You got to give the Warriors.
And every time I say that, I get yelled at.
You got to give the Warriors props because they did this through the draft. Because Draymond Green was picked 35, second round pick, and look at the value that he's getting. He's the highest paid player on their team right now, which is going to change by the end of the season.
Oh yeah.
Steph Curry's going to get paid buku money.
Yeah, it's changing time.
Yeah. So, on the flip side, what about the Spurs? What are your thoughts about the Spurs too? Because this team is right behind them at 39-7.
The Spurs are the American dream. I make the joke all the time. Donald Trump hates the Spurs. There are a bunch of foreigners in America doing the job better than the Americans can.
What a great analogy, dude.
Like, if Donald Trump becomes president, he's going to build a wall around San Antonio.
This is what John has missed.
Would the wall be around San Antonio anyway to keep the Mexicans out?
Well, think about it. This team is... Tim Duncan is in his 19th year in the league. 19th year, and I'd still take him over half the centers or power forwards in the league. You've got a Manu Ginobili who looks like he's 64. But he's been in the league for 15 years. Tony Parker's in his 12th year in the league. But you know where they really benefited? They patiently built up throughout the draft. They got Leonard now. The Spurs, one thing you can say about Greg Popovich, I mean, granted, he's got the personality of a block of wood. He's not a great interview. He's probably a pain in the ass to play for. But he built the team. He realized his time was, Duncan's days were numbered, so he went out and started building the team. Now you got Leonard. You got
LaMarcus Aldridge, which they did a great job.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
You're going to replace Tim Duncan. You're going to be the predecessor to Tim
How
Duncan.
good is a team when you can talk about how good they are, and I forgot to mention LaMarcus Aldridge? How good is that team? You've got Danny Green.
You got Boban Marjanovic, who is their international net star that nobody's talking about. He's going big. I know Kevin's like, what? He's the Nets Lynn Sandy type of deal. Everybody's talking about this guy. He dropped 20 on Utah a couple of days ago.
They are...
But not just that, guys. But you got to think about not just that, man. But they've got them, and sitting there, we ain't even mentioned David West.
Yeah, they're solid, man.
Who also came out of that outstanding 2003 draft.
What a good word that I would say they're consistently professional. That team. It's a consistent professional team. It is arguably one of the best ran franchises in all of sports.
You know what the Spurs are? I hate to keep using football analogies. They're the Patriots. As long as they're alive in the playoffs, you have to account for them.
Yeah.
And they'll always be there. They'll always be there.
And we joke about that, but if you look at it from the top down, Popovich kind of has a personality like Belichick. It really is kind of creepy if you think about it.
Pop actually likes Craig Sager though. So.
But what I mean is he never gets rattled.
Oh no!
I don't think the guy knows how to smile. He reminds me of one. He actually looks and reminds me of one of my old drill instructors from boot camp.
Really?
Does. It's actually kind of creepy. And you never forget those guys.
Oh no! I had one guy. He was about the size of a chihuahua and tried to yell at me.
But it's just the Spurs are doing it, and they're doing it well, and they've been doing it for a long time.
Oh, they're a little Cool J in it.
Yeah, they're
no, they're on top of their world. They're on top of the game. They are a great team, and I would not be surprised if Duncan got ring 6.
Yeah,
quietly got ring 6.
All right, let's go to I know we're going on some good things, but we're going to talk about this foolishness that's happening in Hollywood. John, I'm sure you heard about this already, but Blake Griffin's out to 4 to 6 weeks with broken hand, and he did this after punching his equipment manager and at dinner. And they went outside, and actually he punched him again and broke his hand. Apparently this guy is supposed to be one of his close friends. And he already was battling a quad injury and was close to coming back. And this is another setback for the Clippers. Clippers are winning. They're actually on a win streak and been on the up since Blake Griffin been out.
First of all, we live in a parallel universe where the Lakers, the Clippers, are the best basketball team in LA. It still feels weird to say that.
Yeah, very.
Secondly, Blake Griffin, dude hangs out with Bieber. Friend of Biebs, not going to judge him. I mean, we can't choose who we hang out with. We all know that. You don't know that, we can visit Orange County Jail next time I go down there. But
no, he's in somewhere up this way.
But go ahead and make your point.
Grow up. The team is invested in you. You're in your 7th year in the league. You were a number 1 pick. You had a history of injuries. Hell, you had microfracture surgery before you scored a point in the NBA. One thing you've really done for your career, besides a few All-Star games and playoff bursts and dunk contests, grow up.
That's what
focus on your job at hand. He literally could be, if he tried, or if they got people around him and things went well, a Karl Malone. That's just a dominant power forward. Yeah. But if he keeps going this route, he's going to be a Kenyon Martin, somebody who you're always going to wonder how good he could have been.
The thing that made me mad about this is that the immaturity of this situation, and honestly, when guys your size on the court is always punking you, is that you always freaking flop and kind of hide and then run to your teammate that'll back you up. But you hit a guy that's probably about my height, 5'11", about Kevin's size, a little bit bigger.
Really?
Sorry, I'm just giving visuals. But you punked that guy, and it's supposed to be your friend. Really? What did he say to get under your skin? It made me seem like he's really easy to get under his skin, and this is not a good look because you sit here, you're the face of the franchise over Chris Paul. You're the face of the franchise, and you act this way. And the funny thing is, they're winning without you right now. So what did that make you? What did that make them think of you after the whole incident that you happened with your owner, your previous owner?
It said teasing gone wrong.
Yeah.
So as your previous owner,
gone wrong.
Your owner that happened here, you think you'll still clear away from the drama, but no, drama is still find the Clippers in any way that they can. The whole offseason debacle with DeAndre Jordan, that's another thing. They're not really focused on basketball right now.
No.
And that's a shame. While Golden State and San Antonio Spurs are tearing it up right now, and Oklahoma City, that's third in the West, is still consistently up there.
Good old Billy.
What's going on with the Clippers?
Have they even looked at, like, I go back to football and the way the NBA athletes are carrying on, and, you know, it's kind of getting to be like early 2000s NFL where it seems like the inmates are starting to run the asylum a little bit.
I don't even know how to do it.
Dab.
Well,
go ahead. What do you say?
You gotta look at the ramifications of this. Not only that, man, the legal action you could be missing more than just an injury. If the NBA gets involved, you're facing legal action because of this. I mean, it's getting to where my opinion is, and maybe it's why I don't run a team, nobody's bigger than the team. Nobody is too good for me to say, kick rocks, we don't need you.
Yeah.
And especially when you got DeAndre Jordan, you got Chris Paul. I don't get Blake Griffin, man. I just don't get the why. Like, I mean, like you said, he's been backed down by I've seen him back down from James Harden. I've seen him back down from guards. He's 6'10". You go back down from a guard, but you're gonna sucker punch your equipment manager. I mean, you're a big dude. Like, I mean, we're all impressed.
How you back down from James Harden? He can't defend a punch.
I knew that was coming.
But my point is, he backs down on the court all the time. He don't mind cleaning and posturing, but when somebody calls his bluff on the court, he backs off. Yeah. But you're gonna sucker punch your equipment manager? Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Like, there's actually. The NBA is actually investigating this, and they had already talked with DeAndre Jordan about the incident. So I'm pretty sure they're going to look into it after he comes back from his injury. At insult to injury, he's going to be suspended on top of that.
DeAndre Jordan told him he was in Dallas, but then he came back, and he went to that, and then he came back, and he got stuck in his house.
Yeah, because he left his dress, right?
Yeah, and they were emojiing me.
Yeah, left his dress and wig to play in the State Farm commercial. Yeah. Perfect. I don't know. I find it foolish and
stupid. It sounds like high school, is what it sounds like.
Stupid.
Very, very, very.
It's just stupid.
These guys are multi-billion-dollar athletes. I will never ever use the excuse. These guys are role models. I hate when people, think of it. They go all Kellen Lovejoy. Think of the children that look it up. But you're a professional athlete.
Yeah.
You are a businessman. A company, whether you think it's a team or not, has invested multi-millions of dollars into you and your product. Mm-hmm. Act like it.
Definitely. Act like it.
I mean, you can criticize LeBron and Kobe Bryant all you want if you don't like them personally, but they've got it right off the court.
Yeah.
Like it.
They protect their brand.
There you go.
I hate that term, but that's exactly what they do. They protect their brand.
They protect their brand.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
I was reading an article on Deadspin not too long ago about a girl. She bashed LeBron James. I'm not sure if you heard it because he was out at a bar or out somewhere, and she wanted a picture with him, and he said no.
Protecting his brand.
Because he goes, I'm married. I don't want somebody taking a picture of me with another woman and running with it.
I know that's right.
He told her no. Yeah. And you can criticize LeBron James, but that's smart as hell because people are hungry. Mm-hmm. People see what you have and they want it. And people, when you're these higher level athletes like your Blake Griffins, like your LeBron James, people love to knock you down a peg. Mm-hmm. They want a piece of what you have. You made it, they think they got to make it. I mean, if you don't believe that, watch that movie He Got Game. I believe that's as true as can be when it comes to these guys. Everyone wants to get paid off their back. You are a professional athlete. Blake Griffin could be so much better. He gets banged up a lot. He's injury prone. But when you look at that Clippers team on paper, you wonder how they're struggling.
Yeah.
You wonder how they're struggling. Like, you would think by now the Spurs would be tailing off, and this would be when the Clippers are going hard. But they're fourth in the Western Conference right now. I mean, they're still in the playoff hunt, but some stuff like this, distractions like this, will get coaches fired and will cause teams to start losing games. Yeah. So, I mean, it's.
Hey, man, you're exactly right, man. Listen,
I would love to see the Clippers win a title. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would love to see the Clippers win a title, just because. I mean, when you look about, they got Chris Paul, they got Blake Griffin.